Hello my dear pupils, we'll talk now about multiplication of natural numbers. So if we have A and B and C belonging to N, where A times B equals C, then A and B are called the factors and C is called the product. Again, A and B are called the factors and C here is called the product. Let's talk about properties of multiplication in N. I think they looks like the properties of addition. There will be repeated expressions that you heard in addition. The first is closure property. Closure property, closure is a noun, comes from the verb close. So all the natural numbers are closed under multiplication. So A times B belongs to N. If A and B belongs to N, then their time also belonging to N. So the first property is closure. The second property is commutative property. In commutative property, we just substitute the place of the numbers. If we have A times B, then A times B equals B times A. So the first property is closure, the second property is commutative. The third property is associative property. In associative property, we do just brackets. We just change the place of the brackets. If we have A times B times C equals A times B times C, but the order here is different. We here first multiply B times C first, and here we first multiply A times B. So the bracket changes the order of the operation. That's the associative property. The next property is multiplicative natural element or multiplicative identity. As we see in addition, the addition identity was 0. Here in multiplication, the multiplication identity is 1. So when we multiply any number by 1, we get the same number. So the multiplication by 1 does not change the result of multiplication. So that's the multiplicative natural element. Let's see the distributive property, and that's the new here in multiplication. Distributive comes from the verb distribute. So we here distribute this number over the bracket. We distribute this number over B, so we make A times B. And we distribute A by C, so we get A times C. Again, we distribute here the number A on the bracket, so we make A times B. We get the first bracket, and we make A times C, we get the second bracket. Let's distribute here A over this bracket, we make A times B. Here we get the first bracket, and we make A times C. We get the next bracket, and between them we put minus. Okay, let's distribute A here over this bracket, A times B, and we have minus here, and we make A times C. So we distribute multiplication over addition and subtraction. That's the meaning of distribution. Okay, in division of natural numbers, division by 0 is undefined. As I mentioned before, if we divide any number by 0, for example 7 divided 0, it's not defined. It's not belong to N. So division by 0 is not defined, and it gives math error. Let's see the properties of division in N. I think the properties of division is not closed. For example, 7 by 0 not belongs to N. And also 3 over 5 not belongs to N. So N is not closed under division. And the set of natural numbers also not associative in division and not distributive in division also. So now I want you to solve your school book page 15, 16 and 17. Okay, so let's solve just the first one only. We have 4 times 31 times 25 equals 31 times 4 times 25. We here substitute the elements. So this is a commutative property. And in the next step, we make 31 alone and we get 4 times 25 in another bracket. So that's the associative property. And we make 31 by 100. 4 times 25 equals 100. Then we get 3100. Okay, so this is the properties of multiplication, and I want you to solve your school book, and also I want you to solve your homework in the booklet page 11 and 12. Thank you, my dear pupils.